Hey everyone, welcome to this episode of Compassion and Courage, Conversations in Healthcare. I'm your host, Marcus Engel. This is the podcast where we teach compassionate communication, provide perspective, and inspire resilience. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and shared and rated and reviewed and done all those social media interactive things that help us get the word out. We really appreciate you all. Today, as often happens, I have in the studio with me the Hotness. Hi, babe.
Hello. It's great to be here.
It's great to be here.
It's wonderful to be here.
How are you doing today?
I am doing really good. We've got cold weather outside, and I love the cold.
It is like Florida winter. It was 40 in the low 40s when I got up this morning. That's why I put on the high heel hoodie.
You're all cozy, and I love this shirt. It was a gift from your mom.
Yeah, my high story begins in High Hill, Missouri hoodie. So yeah, that's fun stuff. It's nice to be have a little bit of change of seasons for those of us who live down here in the Sunshine State.
Yeah, and we recently got back from being in real cold weather where there was snow, and I got to play in the snow, which they were all howling, laughing at me because I was like running toward the doors to get outside when we saw that it was snowing, and I was just delighted to run and jump and try to catch it, which it melted in my hands, but to try to catch it and play with it, and it was fabulous.
Can you all tell that she did not grow up anywhere remotely near snow? She certainly thinks it's a fun thing to be out in the snow and the cold. And those of us who have lived in cold weather climates for any portion of our life know that you are absolutely insane. It is not fun to be out there playing in the snow.
It was quite fabulous for me. I loved it very much.
Well, good.
For 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes, yeah. It was super cold. So thank you to Baxter Regional Medical Center in Mountain Home, Arkansas for having us in. I didn't know Arkansas got quite that cold.
I think it was unusual for them as well, but it was perfect timing for me.
Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Great people there.
Wonderful people.
Yeah. So today I get to share with everyone something special. And that is, while I am here you may think that I am in the studio with the Hotness, but I'm not. I'm actually in the studio with Dr. Hotness. Yes, That is right. Dr. Hotness. So you want me to tell this or you want to?
Well, it is true. I have a new title.
You do have a new title. This last weekend, we went to an event where Marvelyne received a Doctorate of Humane Letters from a Bible college here in Orlando. And that Bible college is called Faith Christian University. And you got to wear regalia and have a cool hat.
I did.
Get celebrated for your life's accomplishments.
I did. I received an honorary doctorate. Yes, I did. The Doctor of Humane Letters. Do you know what that means?
I know. So yeah, tell us what the Doctorate of Humane Letters is, because we had to look this up too.
We did. It's a little obscure, I think. It has to do with literature, philosophy, philanthropy. Yeah. There's a little bit of history in there, which I think they got from you. It kind of osmosis. You're still way better at history than me, but it is a good merger of my life. It really is It's a very sweet.
It was a beautiful gesture, and I'm super proud of you. If you don't know, which you probably do know this, but Marvelyne and I met when I was working on my first book, and she really taught me to become a writer, and took all of my articles, my books, my blog posts, et cetera, and made me sound credible, and you've not only taken all of my books from whatever I scratched down on paper to completion, but you've helped probably a dozen more books at least a dozen more books come to life over the last several years.
I have had that joy. It's a wonderful feeling to work with authors and help them have an idea or whatever process stage of the process they're in. Go from that stage all the way through to having a tangible product to share with the world. It is quite a delight to do that.
And most of your work, like most of my stuff, has been in memoir, but you've also helped several pastors with their books on their subjects. And like we said, several memoirs. What else have you done? Taken a few other people who are written about specific topics that just really needed some guidance in the process of how to get this done.
Correct. Typically, it is in either faith-based or the medical field, and just going from sometimes from incubation, from just the idea, or sometimes just they get stuck in the middle of the process, all the way through to completion.
And at the graduation ceremony, you got to wear something really cute.
Well, cute is debatable, but if you're talking about the tam,
Yeah.
the funny little hat with all the sides, the 8 sides.
So I was not really familiar with, even though I work in academia and I've graduated from a few things, I'm not really up on the whole academia regalia. What the robes and the stoles and the sides that tassels are on, that's not my forte. So I didn't even know what a tam was. But a tam is the hat that a doctorate receives. Is that correct?
Yes, it's what a doctor wears. It's a little kind of squished velvet suede hat. And I will confess that because when you receive this kind of the honor, they bring you up individually and you stand there and they read stuff about your life. And so you're standing there alone for a minute. And so I was on YouTube Googling ways to wear one that you don't look like a complete dork. So, because, do you wear it down here? Do you wear it back here? And after a minute, I'm thinking, okay, how can I wear this and not look kind of dumb? And then I did have this moment of, you really aren't wearing it for your fashion statement. You're wearing it for a bigger purpose. And
yeah, no kidding. You're not exactly going to go to the mall and buy a tam because it's a fashion forward accessory. But in those moments of really being able to honor the life's work that you have done, both for the school and for authors and for pastors, it was a really cool thing, and I'm proud of you. And I'm going to tell everybody a story that was one of the things that happened that day, that the day that you received it, that just, to me, completely highlighted and encapsulated who the Hotness is. And that is, this is a graduation ceremony, so there are people there who are receiving earned doctorates in their fields. People who have written 250-page research dissertations. And even though it's a day full of nerves, graduation, while it's a ceremony, it's also a day full of nerves because it's a lot of planning. People need to do this in this sequence, and then you walk across the stage at this time. And if somebody isn't here, this is what we say, and you don't want to walk in front of this area after you get your diploma. There's just a lot of things to kind of juggle. And yet, in the midst of it all, as soon as those with an earned doctorate walked across the stage, I hear the Hotness get up, walk over to these people, and immediately throw your arms around them and tell them congratulations, and make such a compassionate connection with them, just really congratulating them in that moment for their celebration, for their accomplishments. And I thought, on a day that really could have been used to honor and celebrate you, it's just like you to go out and honor and celebrate others. And it almost made me cry, and I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up for the day?
No. Well, yes. I just want to thank you for that, and it was a lot of fun. And now you have to call me doctor, but I do want to say, everyone, we don't always have a day where somebody does something like that for us and gives us a big to do. Give yourself a to do, a ta-da, and go look in the mirror and say, I did this, and whatever it is, because you've done something worth celebrating. And sometimes people recognize it and sometimes they don't, but recognize it for yourself.
And give yourself a high five in the mirror. And don't
take
forget to
lipstick or a write-off marker and write on it and say you did something, because I know that you have, and celebrate yourself because it's important, and do that for yourself.
Yeah. Take time to celebrate whatever wins that you have. And even if you haven't had a win lately, think of an old win and celebrate that one, because y'all, right now we are in some tough times as a society, as a globe. So take those wins where you can get them. Remember back to the wins that you've had, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Right.
And now we set a new win, because we all need goals, right?
We all need goals. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us for this episode of Compassion and Courage, Conversations in Healthcare. I'm Marcus Engel, and Dr. Hotness with me. This is the podcast where we teach compassionate communication, provide perspective, and inspire resilience. Thank you again to everyone who has shared and commented and rated and reviewed. We really, really appreciate all the support. We'll see you all next time on Compassion and Courage.